Hi everybody, this is Kevin and welcome back to another manga review. And today we'll be taking a look at Fairy Tail Volume 58 from Hiro Mashima, which is the continuation of the final arc. And it's just awesome, man. I love all the reveals, the returning characters, the battles, you name it. And we start with a great cover here, all the Spriggan 12, which is kind of funny. You would think maybe Mashima would have this cover earlier because at this point, quite a few of these characters are dead now. I mean, God, Serena's dead, Bloodman's dead, Wall's dead, Nineheart's dead, but I guess he couldn't do this cover early on because we haven't met all the characters until this point, so that makes sense. But just looking at the cover, I mean, the guy continues to be top tier character designer, especially with the ladies. I mean, that's why he's got Brandish and Demaria front and center. But anyway, the last volume had quite a few great battles, really, with particularly Gajiel taking on Bloodman and then confessing his love to Levi after he seemingly died. But of course, Irene used the Universe 1 spell to do shenanigans around the whole continent and move everything around. And there was also the revival of Mavis from that crystal, the return of Zira. And what else was there? There was Jalal taking out Nineheart and rescuing Urza. I mean, it was just incredible, man. So, oh, and also Natsu, Lucy, and Happy going with Brandish to try and negotiate with August, but then Mest tagged along as well and controlled Brandish and had her stab August and turned him berserk. You know, you see his skin's turned red, his hair's sticking up, and if you saw him earlier, he kind of looked like Gandalf, like an old wise wizard, but now he's clearly evil. So you got that. And also, we saw the Yarashian Seis join the battle with Sorno wearing a very sexy outfit, let me tell you. Sexy little bikini. So let's get right to it. This is an excellent volume if you're a fan of Gray and Juvia. And look at this. The return of one of the greats of the series. So let's get to it. So like I said, everything's been shifted around. And Gajiel is speaking to them telepathically now through Zira. And Zira is guiding them all to where they need to go to reconvene and reunite and join as one united front to take on the rest of the Spriggan 12. So they're all reuniting, and of course Zira being all nervous. There was a sort of stipulation where Zira has been revived. She's a spirit, of course, but she's here now because the real body of Mavis has been revived, and as long as Mavis doesn't remember her, she'll stick around and guide our heroes, sort of as a plot device, but a really cute reunion, especially if you read the Fairy Tail Zero, not one shot, but the volume, I think it was like 10 chapters, or maybe it was 13 chapters. Great series, though. I highly recommend it. Definitely good for the origin story of the Fairy Tail Guild. So, we have these two little guys who are taking on Mirajane. They're the subordinates of Irene. What the hell are their names? I forget their names. There's so many characters, I can't really remember their names, especially two lesser characters who are kind of in it for a few chapters. But they were picking on Mirajane last time, like, oh, you're so cute. Oh, their names Juliet and Hein. Those are their names. And we actually learned that they transform into swords, which is pretty cool. So what happens here is Yukino was walking with Elfman along with Frosh and Lecter, and they come across a shadow and they start looking. Sorno? Older sis? Yukino? Huh? But then again, like, you see the two of them, they both have white hair. It's like, yes, the sisters! Oh my god! And early on during the Yarashian Seis arc, we learned that Sorno, you know, was in the Tower of Heaven, you know, being tortured by Jalal years and years ago, and she would have been separated from her sister. So, you know, Mashima had mentioned many times that he sort of wrote this on the fly, but I do love how they sort of tie this all together, and, you know, oh, it's so sweet. So anyway, Mira is taking on these two and uses her Satan Soul, Mirajane Allegria, which was this monster that Tartaros had way back during that arc, and she's taken that as a new form, and damn. So Masha always knocking out of the park with the top tier ladies in fan service, and the two of them, after they're defeated, turn into these swords, and then Irene shows up and to get her from behind and pins her down and is like, oh, you'll be defeated with one blow, and uses, you know, uses her magic to melt away a bit of her shirt, because why not? And August shows up along with Brandish, and he's like, why are you toying with her? This is so uncivilized. Just kill her with one blow, why don't you? And she's like, no, I want to toy with her. This is what I want to do. And August says, well, we must reconvene with Zeref. What are you doing? And so what he does is he just shoots her with one hit right in the chest, presumably in the heart, although it was below her chest, I believe. And he's like, that's it. That's her heart is pierced. So there you go. And Brandish is looking on like, oh, no. And then it cuts back over here. Mirror's, of course, not dead because Brandish, you see her face. She's going to go back and shrink the wound. But Yukino's like, no, you are Sorno. You're my older sister. No, I don't have a little sister. You're wrong. And they start crying, and she says, well, I can't have a younger sister until I atone for my crimes. So, cute moment here where it's like, basically Sorno doesn't want Yukino to look up to her because she was a villain way back when, and doesn't want her younger sister to look up to a villainous character until she atones for her crimes. And, the two of them cry together and embrace. And it is a sad moment here. And that's where Sorno says, until I earn my forgiveness, I'm not going to be your older sister. So as Mira's lying down, Lasana comes running back and discovers that, she was shot right there, but she's still alive. And it's like, damn, son, what are we doing? Oh, my goodness. But yeah, Brandish shrunk the wound, so she's still alive, of course. And then we have Demary, who's squirming around, trying to escape. And it's like, what the hell? And then Arcade shows up, who is Arcade Dragneel. What the hell? And we know Zeref is Zeref Dragneel, and then Natsu is Natsu Dragneel, the younger brother of Zeref. So what is the relation of Arcade? And he shows up to rescue Demaria and basically says the same thing, like we need to reconvene with Zeref and all, await our orders. So Invel, using his ice magic, freezes Mavis so she's unable to do anything. And also puts this ice chain around her so she can't activate any magic or sense any of anyone else's magic. And what they want to do is take the fairy heart out of her. But they need to wait for Irene to perform the surgery to get it out. So in doing so, they look on and Zeref tells Mavis, your people don't stand a chance. Look at all my forces. So these two never died, which, they got their asses kicked, but they didn't die, so they're still here. You see Jacob's all bandaged up. AGL's, not really bandaged up, but this guy, he's got a bandage on his nose. And then Demaria embraces with Brandish again. So then we also have Ninehard, who also didn't die, but despite getting attacked by Grand Chariot, and he uses his Story of the Dead to bring back Wall and Bloodman, and also God Serena has done this stupid little dance, who was like the biggest jobber, got one hit killed by Acnologia. So that's where you get the friggin' 12, so they can have this nice pose, right? And for the cover. Then Urza wakes up and says, enjoy your summer, my friends. This may be our final dawn together. We must get up there and fight to take back the guild. And then they all wake up and go racing down there. So this must have been the 10-year anniversary, too, of the fairy tale manga. I think it started in 2006 or 2007. So yeah, adds up. I love this pose of all the guys right there. And looking on as all these forces are guarding the guild hall. But they're going to go down there and reclaim it. Let's do it. Let's take down Zeref. We're going to take back our guild as they're all racing toward there. So as they're attacking these enemies, we get Lucy doing Tauros with a Lucy kick, Juvia with a water slicer, Gray with a freeze lancer, Urza with the Heaven's Wheel. That's probably her most popular armor right there. And they're taking them down when all of a sudden Wendy and Carla show up. And then Elfman shows up with Yukino and Sorno. And then Makarov with Kana and everyone else joining the battle. They've all made their way here, and they're all saying, well, how the hell did you guys all make your way here? Well, we heard the voice from Zira to guide us. And now God Serena shows up, who has the power of 8 different Dragon Slayer magics. And, he's using fire first and foremost, to which Natsu eats it up to replenish his magic. So that's pretty cool. And as all this is going on, there's a big explosion, and they see a silhouette. And it's Gildarts! Yo! Look at this Gildarts with longer hair. Look at this badass. He's back. I'm hungry. Let's get through to the guild. So Gildarts is here, and right away he hugs Kana, his daughter. Oh, Kana, I'm so happy to see you. And then he takes on God Serena, and he says, if you were real, you'd be more of a fight. But you're not. And he destroys him with one hit. Yeah, because he's just an illusion from Nineheart. So everyone's battling, and we have Jacob and Mira Jade, and he can't fight Mira Jade because, of course, she's got her fan service going on. So that's that's his weakness. Boing. So everyone's joined the battle again. We got Minerva and Rogue, and it's beautiful. So Minerva's like, who's this young lady shaking her booty over here? We see Sorno. And they also mention how, they both have the white hair, Yukino and Sorno. And then she's just shaking her ass. So there you go. Good stuff. So they're all racing forward to reclaim the guild. Again, these shots are so great, man. It's just fun. So Irene is trying to get the fairy heart out of Mavis. And trying to plead here, because way back when, Zeref and Mavis were, essentially lovers. But now they're on opposite ends. So Urza's just taking everyone out. And Gildarts, and it's just freaking awesome. I mean, look at Gildarts. Hell yeah. So lots of cool battles, and all of a sudden, our heroes get a little separated here. And they run into Invel, who uses ice. And not even Natsu's fire can stop it, can melt it. And he ends up freezing them all. And the only one that's not frozen is Gray. And he's like, how are you not frozen? You just use simple ice make magic. I control ice itself. Look at that. So Gray's trying his best using his ice make magic to take on Invel. But that's where he says he's a pure ice wizard. So he stops the ice right there. And he mentions, how Gray manipulates ice, whereas he just controls pure ice no matter what. So what Gray does is uses the ice demon magic. And he uses Ice Demon Zero's Longsword, which is his father's attack that he passed on to Gray before he died. And everyone else is witnessing all this ice and snow on the battlefield. And Zeref's like, Invel, what are you doing, you fool? So Gray manages to melt it all away because he uses the Ice Demon magic to, harness the power using sort of his dark heart there to melt it all away. And Lucy's like, we're going to turn the tables. When all of a sudden this giant hand comes out of nowhere, right? Look at her face. Ah! And it's Brandish, and she's taking Natsu, Happy, and Lucy. I'm taking these. Leaving just Gray and Juvia. And what Invel does is he uses this chain that he used on Mavis before to control them. The Ice Lock. It locks away their mind to, do his bidding. And the only way to break it, he says, is for one to kill the other. And, of course, the two of them can't do it. Juvia can't do it because she loves Gray. And at this point, Gray doesn't feel that way, but he can't kill Juvia. And then, Juvia has like a gray mannequin there. What the hell? So they're both fighting against it, but they're being controlled by Invel to fight each other. And they're just attacking each other. And Invel's theory here is, Gray physically is definitely stronger than Juvia. So he'll have Gray kill Juvia and make him so enraged that he's going to go and want to kill END, which in turn is Natsu, of course. And it flashes back here to Zeref's pendant, where he has a younger version of himself and his brother. And Juvia is like, I can't hurt Gray-sama, why am I doing this? And Juvia says, Juvia must kill herself before Juvia loses her will completely. It is all right. Juvia must gather her courage. And just before she does it, she says, Juvia was truly fortunate to have met someone like you, Gray-sama, and she summons like this water blade and stabs herself right in the chest. And in doing so, Gray did the same thing. Both stabbed each other at the same exact time. In a really tragic scene right here. And Invel's completely shocked. Simultaneous suicide? It can't be possible. How could they break my ice lock? They both collapse and blood gushing everywhere. I mean, holy shit, dude. Oh my goodness. And Invel just walks away like, oh, well, that's gotten rid of one problem. But how will we eliminate END? I suppose I must do it myself. And just as that's happening, Gray is slowly coming back to life. His heart's beating again. And Juvia, in her last-ditch effort here, uses water make blood. And she starts using her water magic to sort of make a vein to go into Gray, to use her remaining blood to make sure Gray's still alive. And really tragic scene of Gray holding Juvia. And we get this beautiful, beautiful drawing of her with Gray crying. And really, it is a sad moment, man. Absolutely beautiful. As he's crying and reliving all the memories from when he first met her, to rescuing her on Sirius Island, to working together, to consoling each other after the Tartaros arc. Wake up, please, Juvia, wake up! So as Invel's walking away, he gets a shiver. And he looks behind him and sees Gray infuriated. And a scar right there from where he stabbed himself. So then it cuts back over here to Brandish, who dropped the two of them. And says, because of her connection to Lucy, she says, all right, you guys get out of here. Because, Zaref's going to destroy everything. So you better, tuck and run. And just as she's saying that, Demaria is watching, saying, oh, Randy, how could you? I trusted you. And you're going to let these adversaries of ours leave? How could you do such a thing? So it's more of the battle. And we got this dude fighting with his eyes closed now. So Gray, absolutely furious, is wailing away at him. But that's not stopping him, because he's pissed off because of what he did to Juvia. And, incredible, man. He's able to harness all this power here. He uses the Ice Demon's Zero's Fist of Obliteration, which is the Hyumo Zero no Haken. Fucking awesome. And Invel has been eliminated. So Nineheart shows up again. And this guy's sort of turning into a jobber. And Natsu defeats him pretty easily. So, that's it for Nineheart. Some of these villains are going down pretty quickly, but, it is what it is. So, Brandish is like, how is he this strong? And then, would you look at that? Wendy and Carla arrived just in the nick of time to save Juvia. But I mean, holy shit, look at all the blood everywhere. But Wendy is a healer. She uses healing magic. So she brings Juvia back to life. And it's like, yeah, I want to work twice as hard now. Oh, man. So Juvia's back. And then, I love this right here. Juvia has the feeling that Gray-sama gave her a gentle kiss after she passed out. Aww. Come on, man, make it happen. So before Invel died, he revealed that END actually is Aetherius Natsu Dragneel. He is your true enemy. Oh, shit. Oh, no. And if you know the cover of the next volume, well, oh, no. But yeah, I did enjoy the reveals of returning characters again, of course. Seeing, we got Mira Jane, of course. All the excellent fan service. Guild Art's coming back. Sorno and Yukino. So it's cool seeing that. And we got epic battle to continue watching, and that's just that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Have a great day, everybody.